Welcome back, and thanks for joining us, Popular Science Radio. I'm Alan Taylor. Again, on the cover this month, we have our 140th anniversary issue, The New Age of Flight. And so if you're interested in flying or jets or jumping out of things at, what was that? How many feet was it?
120,000-foot free fall.
120,000 foot. Anyway, this issue is a good one. Dr. Kort Stoskopf and Carl Champley joining me. Our show brought to you in part by Shell nitrogen-enriched gasoline, now with 20% more cleaning agents. No other gasoline protects better than Shell. Joining us right now from Portacool. What is Portacool? We'll tell you in just a moment. We have Rick Kelly. By the way, we're at the National Hardware Show. Guys, I went to a party the other night at my, she's my aunt's house on my wife's side in Las Vegas, where, of course, it is, hot here, right? And we went up to their house, and I remember thinking, wow, what a nice house. Really nice. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, nice neighborhood, nice. And all of a sudden, I noticed that there was a hose going from right next to the front door over along, and the hose was going into the garage, and then there was water running out of the garage, a little stream of water. And I went, what is going on? And that kind of made a little odd note in my head. And then when I rang the doorbell and we went in the house, and big party going on, and they had, so many people in the house, they had their, swamp cooler, we'll call it.
Yeah, sounds like a misty machine.
They literally
almost
had the swamp cooler going. The garage door was open, and they had this thing going, and the water was running out of it, but it was blowing cold air into the house. And I thought to myself, how funny. A swamp cooler, and this was a nice house, right? But there were so many people in the house, they needed extra cool. So, Portacool.
They should have just
LLC.
invited us, but anyway.
Port-cool LLC.com. Rick Kelly, swamp cooler?
Well, we don't like to refer to it as a swamp cooler.
I know.
Evaporative cooler.
Swamp does not have a very good connotation.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why, I'm looking at what you guys have now, the Cool Air, spelled Kuulaire. The Cool Air looks like it's sitting in the kitchen.
Right.
And this is an air conditioner,
It's a nice-looking unit.
basically.
It's an evaporative cooler.
Yeah.
And the old swamp coolers, they were the entire whole house units where they cooled an entire house the way many areas of the country would cool with air conditioning. Well, with our product, we use it as a portable, mobile unit where you can move it to anywhere in the house you want.
And the hot spots.
The hot spots,
yeah.
actually. And then you have the units that are outdoor rated that you can use outdoors on your deck, your patio, your garage. And so it's a very cost-effective way to cool. And again, where areas where you can't cool effectively indoors.
Right. Well, I thought it was so funny because when I was, what is this stream of water coming? The old ones, obviously, some of these, I'm a kind of guy that I like to go to garage sales, and I pick up these old ones, and of course, for, like you said, outdoor, I don't care if the thing's doing, leaking, or as long as it's cooling me, I don't care what.
Yeah, it's probably sucking a lot of juice, a lot of energy.
Well, yeah, these old things that people have, but this thing, it looks, how do we describe the way it looks? It looks like a kitchen utensil or a kitchen appliance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's, we designed it to look like that. We wanted it to be able to blend into any indoor area, or in some cases an outdoor area. But the reason we have this photograph of a kitchen application, think about it, kitchens are generally the hottest area of the house, especially when you're cooking. And an evaporative cooler needs good ventilation. That's why when they're used outdoors, it's fantastic. But you need good ventilation, and there's probably not a better spot in your house that's better ventilated than your kitchen.
I'm thinking this would be great for the garage as well, because the
Well,
garage
did you
can
see
never be
these
ventilated.
that they make? I'm looking at the brochure. Holy mackerel. These are
wow.
newfangled. This is the one here looks like R2-D2. Honestly.
I thought of that the first time I saw it.
Yeah, it looks like
actually.
R2-D2, and you plug into it, and it gives you cooling in the garage, which is great.
Now, does it take much energy to run these machines?
No, it doesn't, because unlike an air conditioner, it doesn't have a compressor.
Right.
Compressor is what uses a lot of energy in the air conditioner.
You're just really blowing a fan, really.
You're blowing a fan, but then you're using the evaporative process. So you're
Okay.
blowing a fan and you're using
And a
a pump
pump.
in most cases. And so, those are two very low energy use items. And with this unit, the K53, it's generally about an amp,
That's
1
the
amp.
indoor model.
That's the indoor model.
Which
That's
looks kind of
great.
like
That's not much
have
at
you ever
all.
seen a trash compactor that stands alone? that's not installed into your cabinets. That's what I could say this kind of looks like. Is it, what is it, maybe waist high?
Waist high.
Waist
maybe
high.
3.5 feet.
And it's
tall.
on rollers, so you can
Right.
put it, like you said, in the room.
It's mobile.
And I'm looking here, manufactured, suggested retail price of only $199.
Right.
Right. They're
Beautiful.
very
What I
reasonable,
like
yeah.
about this, though, too, because that's what people have to start. These are the questions people are really
gonna mount
asking
one
out
over
in the
my
field
bed.
now.
Right on my bed.
Is that, if I'm going to buy an appliance like this, and I've just saw the price, I'm surprised how inexpensive it is, how much is it going to cost me to run? Because energy's not getting any cheaper.
Right.
So whatever we're putting into the home, how much is that going to impact us in the coming years?
In
So
general-
running less than an amp is amazing.
Oh, exactly. I mean, in general, when you consider the cost of electricity and water, you're probably looking at about 10 to 15 cents per day.
Where do we
One thing I
find
wa-
this?
Yeah.
You can find these at Home Depot. You can find them online, Amazon.com. You can find them at BestBuy.com. So,
Real quick.
Well, I was just going to ask you, because the humidity is something that is the only thing that clips these things off. Where does it become where it really starts to become a factor? What percent humidity is a problem?
usually about 75 to 80%.
So
is
it's pretty
where-
humid out. Yeah.
Right, it's very
Yeah,
humid.
yeah.
And one thing, too, this doesn't have a pump. This is one unit that doesn't require a pump. And so that your energy use is even lower with the K53.
Well, I'll tell you what, even though they had that leaking one in the garage blowing into the house, it was nice to have cool air when we came in from the 100 degrees outside. All I can say is for $199, cool air. Check it out at cool, KUULAIRE.com, coolair.com. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Alan.
Rick Kelly. We'll be right back. It's Popular Science.